trench warfare is not for everyone.
Correct. Just in case, I'm going to hit record, just in case.
Yeah.
So,
good.
Okay, I'm going to record the whole match. Well, what we should spoke again, it's lost once again. But I'm going to record it just in case, because I think it told me, no, fuck off, when it had to switch from the delay, it was holding in the RAM, to the Twitch server. So, yeah, I don't know if that the problem is within me and Twitch, or my provider on Twitch, or I don't know. So, just in case, I'm going to hit record. My PC is dying right now, but I think it can handle it. So let's go.
That's good. Smart choice.
It's been 5 minutes since both teams said we're ready, and still nothing happening. Wonder what's going on.
Are they having like lag spikes, like high ping? No.
I don't
see
think so. I
someone
mean, I see here 130, 224. Maybe he's not from the US. Like me, I
Because
have
I'm reading
28.
the chat on the top left, and apparently some people, vitamins and some others, are having like a
Only this
technical
map
problem.
creates so much technical problems for me. It seems they're having a
Interesting.
few problems.
Yeah, it's such an important map that probably they're trying to make sure every player, artillery players and commander and everyone, it's good to go before they flip the map.
I mean, come on, 120 is not bad. 120 is a great ping. Come on.
Yeah. You and me, we are from Argentina, so
Come on, we play
know,
with 220, 250 ping. You can't complain about it.
We know the complexity of high ping. But something I learned through the years is the ping is less of a problem than people think when you are in the same range. So basically, if you have 200 ping, it's not a problem if everyone else is in the range, right? The problem is when everyone is in the 60s or 30s and you have 200, then you're going to be,
oh, there it goes, a
unplayable.
swap.
There you go. So it's live after this.
Correct. So I'm going to do this. Think it was like that too. Let me check OBS. Yes, it is something like this. I don't know why the timer is not properly set. I believe it's going to start quite soon. Which side was? Allies. True. I'm supposed to join Daddy's unit, so give me a second here. That is Fox. On south here. Hang on, what was I H? Okay. Names of the points are in Spanish, just in case.
A volar.
A volar nomás. Still not really used to this admin camera, to be honest. I don't know, feels weird. I'm really used to the previous one, which was like quite a Lego one, So
this is has like a lag, right? Like a little inertia.
They added this inertia. I mean, the past one I released the W and it suddenly stops. I mean, it kind of ruins like a scene, but it was like that, easy to control. Now it has this momentum, this inertia, so it's different. I'm dying.
They changed something that nobody asked for, and people are pissed off now.
I mean, they were supposed to improve the camera, but well, they did not.
And they added the tilt too, the little inclination left and right that also people are still baffled. We don't know what it's good for.
Oh, damn, I'm dying. Anyways, guys are getting ready. Seems we're going to have someone flanking. A recon?
Probably gonna be like a snipe. Oh no, it's filled with people. Okay,
It's
nice.
filled with people. We have an engineer and a spotter, so probably that guy's going to play behind the enemy lines. And let's get ready for some snipes. I believe, hope to see some snipes. This track, of course, avoiding main roads. It's like you must avoid main roads. Everyone down here going straight to the point, to the 4 quadrants of the match. 5 more seconds.
It looks like by the conglomeration of vehicles that MS is going hard on map edge. They probably go full mansion or manor house and then wrap around from the south by the looks of it.
Here comes SPT. They're on top of the tracks, yes, just in case. I don't hear any shot, any snipe. I don't see anything yet. It's quite silent. Here we go. I heard some explosion over there. I think it was a miss. Here we have the deploy from the ESPT side. Here is the deploy. There goes the first IC from SPT. I hate this camera. It barely misses. I saw it. Here comes the clash of the teams. MS is going a little bit late. A little bit too late to the cap, but manages to make it steady. So, I hate this thing. So we have the Pumas here taking a few shots already, trying to control MS infantry.
Double Puma, interesting.
Double Puma. They destroyed a truck, I believe. We hear here the Stuart is already shooting. Here the Greyhound shooting too. Cap is right now in favor of MS, but getting capped by SPT. This Greyhound could be a pain in the ass. Here comes Yape.
Yep.
Hits on the tracks, misses his shot. Puma tries to hide.
That's a brave
Puma gets destroyed.
Yeah,
that
stayed.
was a good
He
one.
Stayed.
Here the Stuart trying to remove pressure from the cap.
The point is overrun by ESPT now.
Point is
No
already
blue dots.
overrun. We have an ESPT right here inside this zone, which is a crucial zone to manage, to control if you want to cap this point. So ESPT right now is on the lead of capping this point. Many
That
shots.
allied truck there managed to get there, but apparently they got killed.
Seems Machine Soldiers is trying to play control map control, you know. It's trying to play wide, as we see here. Have an OP here already. And mark of a vehicle, so there we go. US
Our
Ranger
friend,
trying to play
our friend,
behind.
the Greyhound in the north just got wiped.
No, the Greyhound still here playing. What got wiped
still
is the
alive.
truck.
He actually
Correct.
killed the vehicle. Nice.
He destroyed US Ranger's truck, so we know US Ranger is going to play behind. We know who is US Ranger. He's going to make
Yep.
shit ton of damage behind the lines. So
Gonna make their lives miserable in the back line.
correct. So here we have more shit exploding. We have the medium tank here, the P4, right in the middle of the point on the cap, or ESPT. Try find the medium. Well, as we were speaking before, this is quite an obvious place for the medium tanks to show, at least on the opening. But yeah, this point is going to fall to ESPT.
Any second now. Very solid opening.
Watermelon, you know you want to get close to that Stuart. Go ahead, Watermelon. Ditzel. Ditzel, turn around, Ditzel.
Maybe.
It's a 2-man.
Yeah.
No spotter. Oh, did he place the satchel?
Very good.
Did he place the satchel?
No.
No, he did
No,
not
no,
place
he
the satchel. Lucky for the
Very
steward
good
here.
teamwork.
It
Yeah,
was
good teamwork. Someone snipe him.
Dr. Doof, I think.
Look,
Great
yeah.
shot by Dr. Doof. Oh, this satchel here, I believe it was ESPT. Have kill switch fighting postal. Postal wins. What do I have here? The other steward running away. But yes, the point is overrun, completely overrun by SPT. Completely overrun by SPT. The other steward is not
steward
retiring,
lives.
is coming here. Steward is
Just
coming to
gain some
help.
space for them.
Have Robo
Nice
here.
angles. That one of those two is shelling HE on the road. That's gonna work wonders, keeping the infantry back.
Let's check Robo here. What a view, mate. What a view. Not anymore. Not anymore. Tank knows where Robo is. Well, Stewart gets absolutely smashed.
Medium got rid of. Yeah, the medium.
The other
got enough of the
stewards stay here, trying to help, trying to do something. Almost get shot, but I don't know. I didn't really see who it was. Here we have the artillery falling.
The heavies.
Correct. Heavies are about to show at any moment. The medium, I don't know where you are going to be playing. Probably is going to get on the fields here. That's what I expect. Who's our arty guy? It's Kinderick. So we have Kinderick as our arty man. Hope he does well. That was the medium, I believe. No, medium is here. Had to be somewhere from back there. Don't see anything yet, so. Look here. What is
H,
this?
maybe we see it in a shadowy form. We see the contour.
Yeah, I already did that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
ESPT always with the innovations. That's a cheeky AT gun.
Yeah, that was
Claro,
it.
of course.
It was not a tank, it was an AT gun. So, well, this is
the Panzer IV is behind the station. Behind the station,
yeah, it's
I saw
right there.
The looks and the P4 looking north.
You have the P4 right behind this thing.
Yeah, that's the one that sniped the Stewie.
Yes, this is the one that killed the Stewie, and you have the Lodge covering it just in case they get overrun by MS. Let's check a little bit the map, you know? We want to see. Gun replacement is quite good, to be honest. It's covering enough. I don't know what's going to happen here with
the level
US
of
Ranger.
penetration too.
Yep.
A lot of blue.
You see
blue
George here. You see they still fighting the point at the end of the day, you know? They are not right in the circle, but they are in the 4 points, the 4 squares, the 4 zones that fit to the capture zone. Look, what is this? What is this?
Our friend the Greyhound. Look at that.
Let me check back here.
Cheeky.
I want to know what happened with the US Ranger. I don't know if he died. He seems he's gone. Where exactly? I don't know. Don't see him behind. Never mind. There he is. What a level of infiltration we are having here by US Ranger. What could be expected from him? Anyways, a lot of fight over here. Let's give Daddy a little bit of. Fucking camera.
Also, a German supply being dropped on Boulevard, south of TC town center. I think they're trying to establish themselves there as well.
I bet they are. I mean, I think the main concern right now. Oh, who was it? Oh, Apollo here, getting Bleacher Jungle out. I think Daddy knows. I think Apollo knows too.
Ooh,
they hear each other. They hear each other.
Chileans stare off instead of Mexicans. Yeah, they hear each other.
They know where each other is. Come on.
Like, come on, Apollo. I have candy.
Oh, Apollo loses again. Daddy, you know.
Wow.
Like,
Nice.
who's shooting here? Okay, Flick dies to
This is Daddy.
AMP. Yeah, Daddy.
Flick and
Here, I
Apollo
think he should
being
mark an OP
killed
here and got destroyed. If that's the
Yeah.
case, great job, Daddy. Great job. Yeah. Besides that, we have Shaka Zulu here playing right in the middle of town center, all by himself, accompanied over there by Paradox and Crames, who just got killed by an AT, by Viking. Oh, there is an OP there.
And
So
look who
lucky OP.
spawned.
That's a so lucky OP, you know. I apologize for the really
Such a
bad.
lucky.
So I really apologize for the very bad joke. So lucky gets baller here, and and gets also my
This
glory.
is the thing with this top teams, right? One or two of each of these players counts for regular 2 or 3 of so each one of them is
2 or
worth
3.
more than the weight in gold, and they can clear a whole area if you let them.
I'm dare to say these guys are each one like 6 players, 6 common players. I'm dare to say even more. You know?
They're very experienced.
But this truck's still here alive. This zone has been conquered by ESPT. Let's check the map again, you know. Well, we see exactly what we were watching here. This zone has been completely overcast by ESPT. Meanwhile, here we have the first 76, the first heavy for MS. Wonder where they have their first tiger. What was destroyed over there? I see the Greyhound here kind of stuck. Oh, they got a supply truck. Let's see what did.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That area has claimed many a recon vehicle in its life.
Okay, the crew.
Swallows.
The crew bailed out. The crew bailed out.
It swallows Pumas and recon vehicles like 5, 10 every.
What is this? We have a Puma right here with a single crew, Mikey.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on over there.
right now.
Oh, hang on, I gotta mute this sound. My bad, forgot about that. But yeah, let's see who's our. Fuck the camera, you know. Kinda hard. Oh, fuck it. Who's this? 76. Sneaky once again. Be careful. Point is being captured right now by MS, while the back point of MS, the defense point of MS, was forgot the word. It's being contested.
Gunner. This is.
That's a sneaky gunner. That's a sneaky gunner. Yes.
Nice. Good luck pinging your targets.
Yep.
Yeah, very good positioning here.
To be honest, I think this is something we both agree. The tank commander should never be the shooter, the gunner. But well,
yeah.
I want to believe they know what they're doing. So sneaky tank here, the first 76 of the match, the first heavy tank here.
Sometimes what happens is when crews reform, they someone start driving it and they reform, and the first crewman goes DC and then drive it up, and then they reform, they pick up the other people. So sometimes it's momentarily like that. I'm pretty sure they don't plan to play the whole game like that.
Gary here, OP here. It's a very good position for an OP or Nagari.
The capturing of the point is still progressing, so
capture's still progressing. So let's check here. We can see that the amount of population of ESPT inside the point, inside train station, has decreased. I think we both can see that. Be careful here. Fucking camera. Because I forgot the name. Almost gets a Gary over here. There we have the Gary. Butters and Smearing got right on time to defend it. So now the point is contested once again, but no, it keeps being in favor of MS at the moment. Here we have the first tiger of the match facing the 76. Not exactly, but they know where each other is. So
This is good because as long as the heavy keeps the other heavy busy, the infantry can make
Ooh,
progress.
that was a bounce on the turret, on the forehead of this tiger
Yeah.
here.
We see
Ooh,
the
it's
we see
quite
the
close.
marks on top.
I think they trying to hit the cupola, you know, the cupola of the
Yeah,
tiger.
I see the black mark. Yeah, on top of the.
There it goes, a penetration right here on the cupola. What a shot!
Good shot on the turret.
What a fucking shot, to be
shot.
honest, dude.
That is
Ooh,
a great
another shot.
Yeah. They're aiming at the right spot. If you can bounce down, it hits the turret.
Think it's not happening. The 76 has been hit. It's hiding and repairing. So
Very good job, Sneaky.
very good job by now for the tanks. But ESPT completely destroyed the main push the MS had over the point. Give me a second. I want to check.
This is a good balance, right? When the enemy is doing a great job map controlling and
Bombardment,
grabbing
where
the
is
ground.
quite a bad bombardment. He did not kill anyone. Was a nice try though. But watch out. MS does. Ooh. That was artillery, right?
He was obliterated. Yeah, on point.
Well, MS still capturing the point.
Yeah, they're feeding the attack from a couple of OPs. I think I don't see a
Careful,
Gary.
their
The Gary
main
is
attack
locked.
Gary. The main attack Gary is gone. Not locked, gone
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. With that Gary and a couple of OPs, they were feeding. Look at those three OPs. Able and two other OPs are very
Able
close to
Ho
Warcraft.
and
That's why they.
maybe
And
item
item.
here. Item.
Yeah, they're feeding a constant frontal push. But now they lost the Gary, so they need to reestablish that.
Tiger is right now covering the front door of the point. That's what they're trying to do. The 76 does not give up on hitting that cube hole of the Tiger. As we just saw that shot. Let's go check back on Daddy, you know? Let's see what Ho's doing, Daddy. Clint knows someone is over here, because he's hearing Reason right now. Reason is hearing Clint too. They both know they are there.
Yeah, they stop.
Stop!
Like, those are normal steps.
Wait a minute. Ta-na-na. Clint decides to be the first one to poke. Reason gives him a reason to not do that again. I think we're enough with the bad jokes, you know. Anyways, who's the situation over here? Paradox here. I think he's playing with Grimlock. Exactly, Grimlock. Paradox here. Grimlock doesn't hear Paradox running, jumping, and everything, and gets killed. But Paradox takes too long to turn around and gets killed by 6. Molau here gets killed by 6 once again, and this point right as he destroyed the OP. Lucky.
Yeah.
No, Verse. Why? Why did you poke?
He fulfilled his destiny.
He did not place the OP again.
Yep.
Well, Excel here is going to get 6. Excel gets 6, and we could say that the main attack is gone.
As a non-infantry player, I will risk an opinion there. I think that OP is too close. Usually the OP is on the other side of the train tracks in the station or in the forest area. That was a little bit too hot. Just like we saw, a player just making a dive can wipe it very easily.
Okay, I think I have a problem with Twitch, because again it did not connect. So lucky me, I hit record. So I'm going to.
Nice. So all the nonsense we talk about, it won't be lost to history.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm notifying this because got this and that. Well, here we are back. We got a bridge here with the midpoint ruins. Fleeg is here. And I don't believe he was the only one on this zone. Many people from MS diverted here to get Fleeg. So this is the moment where SPT swaps, you know, the chessboard. Now they are in a better position than before.
Yeah, we see an absence of MS players in E8, right? Tanks have been
Exactly.
pushed back to the D line, and we that beautiful line of blueberries in the E line has
Has been
basically
lost.
disappeared. Yeah.
Black Hawk is down. Anyways, well, this is the time for ESPT to get their front line forward, you know, to push it here to the ruins, to start knocking on MS doors and tell them, boy, I'm coming for you, you know? And I think the MS... I mean, if MS wants to get another try on the on attacking right now, it has to be by killing this whole mass of people first and start pushing once again, trying to gain all this zone, this territory once again. If they get this territory back, I mean, I don't see many SPT players here anymore. I mean, there are few, but the zone is being controlled mostly by MS as shown here in the map. So yes, we'll have to see how this plays. Let's get Reflex winning here. Sansu winning against, I don't know here, who? Foolish. I think he was throwing grenades before placing this OP. He's going to place an OP here. Better be now, boy. Yeah, that cooldown, you know, they added the 30 seconds for an OP. It's like killing you, you know, it's harder, you know. Bonzo winning on Genetic. So they have something here. There it is. They have a Gary here. Spirit has a Gary here. They're trying to defend it completely. The Messi is trying to attack it completely. So this is interesting. Just in case we see a 76 top left of the screen. Pushing.
We see Relic out of the tank. Maybe they're short on fuel for a bit. Just nailing, what is that, a medium or a Stewie? A Stewie.
Yes.
Interesting. He went for the Stewie instead of for the engine of the heavy.
Yep. Weird, but well, we have Vignaldo here trying to get close to Sneaky's tank. So let's see how this plays, you know.
Well, I think it's not a bug. I think it's a feature. Sneaky's still in the main gun. Interesting combo here.
Vignaldo's right here. He's standing still. That pre-fire. That pre-fire, you know.
A severe case of dandruff.
No, Vignaldo, what you doing? Jeez, dude, come on, wake up.
Oh my.
Anyways, after that very tryhard play by Prez, where he went kind of schizophrenic right there, shooting nothing and then shooting the actual target. Well, we have here MS gaining zone was again, except for Sansu, who's standing here behind the enemy lines, yet the ally, the lines, I mean.
Is sniping left and right.
Smile, cheese. Dr. Druv and Killswitch fall for it. Have the tank here. The other 76 controlled by. It's driven by
Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos, TC, and driver. Nice. Very experienced tanker.
I hope that's the name because yes.
Yeah, it's Cosmos.
Then we have
Doesn't show.
I don't know who's the gunner and three more.
Yeah,
as a spotter.
Yeah.
Well, this tank has a fairly good position. I mean, if it pulls a little bit backwards, he's going to have a proper view on that house over there, where we can see the SPT players are coming out. Therefore, it could be a little bit more helpful for the team. Count 7 Stoner here. Again, Ruins is being capped right now.
Stoner
I
was
see
in the
two
opener,
people here. In the opener,
Greyhound North,
Greyhound, correct.
that did the flip.
Yes, that was left behind here. That was abandoned.
They're playing map edges, apparently.
That was scuttled, you know, by the crew. But,
Yep.
well, what are you going to do, Stoner? Do you mind telling me? Man, a few words.
I don't know if he has the satchel loadout. He could satchel that building.
No, he's with
like
the car.
He has the rockets. Yeah.
Yeah. He got killed by Clownface, I think. So, well, Ruiz contested right now once again. MS is slightly pulling forward, you know, pushing a little bit. But let's take a peek on Ruins, because yeah.
Capture
Yeah.
progress.
So
this will be a reset.
this will be a complete reset
big
of MS
reset.
efforts of pushing. Let's be honest. This is not like just bring two people back and we defend and that's it. No, this is a whole platoon. I see two OPs here because you have Shaka Zulu and Solaki, and US Ranger and Fleeg a little bit back there. So it's not just an OP or just one OP doing the 10 men, you know, but two OPs. So yeah, this is problem, big problem.
This is 7, 8
for
people
MS.
now with Ranger putting their cap weight on this.
I think there was a Gary here. I think
The Gary south of Ruins.
then we have the
Yeah, they
Gary
took it
here.
down.
This OP is hot. It's lit. It's got people close. ESPT already took positions. Vitamin gets killed by So Lucky, I believe. Itsuka
that's
Kotori
Qonzer
comes
on the
here.
wave.
Oh, what a spawn wave there. Itsuka Kotori
Let's see how
killed a
many
few.
survive.
Itsuka Kotori killed a few, which caused the point to keep going in favor of SPT. I don't really think they'll be able to spawn in the Gary
Wow.
again. And I think it's going to be a... Oh, hang on. Yeah. No, it's not.
Yeah, look
Why
at
it's
that.
not working? By the way, sorry, I forgot about this. It's kind of hard, you know, not having two screens. 2, 3.
Yeah, this is gonna, unless there's a major kill there for the SPT players. No, only one.
Seems
kill
that
at the
bombardment
moment.
help. Seems that bombardment help because MS is right now regaining the point.
Contesting?
But no, it's regaining it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing
nice,
is,
nice.
did they remove their OPs? Because if they did not remove the OPs, no, they did not. As we can see in that spawn right over there
Oh my.
of a full squad of ESPT. We have a full squad deployed, 2 squads over there deploying at that Gary that was just built. So I think MS is going to recover this.
Yep. Yeah, this basically what this will do is stabilize a 3-2 for 30 more minutes, basically, until MS reconsolidates a frontal push.
Okay, we're going to use the timer on top. Ignore the timer below because, well, shit happens. Everything wrong with this stream, you know?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, Discord sometimes updates when you open it and things change and, you know, nobody blames you. You know, it's hard. The technicalities of these different softwares that sometimes they don't want to work together.
And just in case, this match was supposed to be streaming on the MS side by in Nedag, was Nedag, right? Who, on his own words, I sound like a dead cat. Hope you get better, boy. This was your match, not mine. So yeah.
Ooh, major artillery rounds.
This is quite interesting. Let me check where are the tanks. The 276 and they have a third 76. Both are south here yet. We have a tiger here. We have a tiger here. Yes, we have an SPT tank here. It's a P4, not a tiger. But I think this one, where was it? This, no, that. Well, this one was a Puma, past tense, and P4 here. And I wonder. Here comes the big cat. Yeah. Here comes the big cat. He's going to make his presence known.
Yeah, Cap.
We have a professional driving here.
And Bamin. Shout out to Bamin, good friend of mine.
So this point is once again being capped by ESPT, which once again can be a problem if MS does not get rid of the OPs of this.
That Panzer IV was not in the equation for MS in the recap. Very
mine neither. I wasn't expecting the tank there. In fact, I never seen it coming. So let's get closer here to see what is Hellbro doing.
This is gonna be really hard. We have a 1200 sniping from the tallest building in ruins. We have a P4 with Claro in it. This is gonna be very tough.
1200 here. Someone is coming behind him, expecting him. Reason gets him with a car.
Okay.
No. What did he use?
So they lost the sniper. They lost the P4. Kudos to MS for holding this.
So Reason dies, Lips wins that 1v1. Kaunashi dies to press. We have an OP here. I don't know if it's by Soul Lucky. I believe it's a Soul Lucky OP once again. And F in the chat, boys. Never mind, what chat? I'm not streaming, but recording. So this bombardment here by, I believe, Spirit. It did get the Gary here. Nice bombardment. So SPT has to make once again that Gary if they want to keep holding that zone. We have a Luch here being attacked by Ben. Shaka Zulu comes here to defend the Luch.
I think it's
and
stuck
wins
on the carcass of its forefathers.
There
you go. He got unstuck. Nice. And kills his own bird. No. Well, it's not always snow. Sometimes it's TK.
Yeah, well, Tiger Steel's here holding the line.
Yeah, this is an important alleyway.
Mostly because this alleyway, it's like the outside of this gallery here. They have to leave this zone over here or toward this zone. So if they come over here, Tiger is looking, waiting for them.
Yeah.
See them,
even just
shoot them,
blind
fuck
HEs into the area is, yeah, it's gonna hit something.
Shanzu climbing to the top of this building. Very nice position. Oof. Can I get in, please? Thank you. What you looking at? Pop. Almost. There goes the drop. The spawn. Spawn, wait, come on. No, don't stop looking. Oi! Vitamins know he's here. Vitamins is looking
like,
straight at the window.
I have you. Make a run, I cover you.
Very well played by Vitamins there. What a team play.
So that building is blocking how
Freezing gets killed by Badab. Jaeger now, someone is over there, gets killed by... Was it kinetic?
Yeah.
It seems what's kinetic. Vitamin, yeah. Maybe. Well, still have ESPT people inside here. Kaiser kills a guy over there, did not see the name. Moldau was almost to be killed too. Almost hit that rocket. Lucky him, he decided to pull back. Have nothing too fancy here. Doing nothing too fancy things, you know.
This ruins is very unlucky for MS to have ruins as second point. Is one of the
worst points to be defended as an ally.
the ugliest point. Is this an Western approach in?
Ooh,
in
satchel
SME,
over
right?
there.
The harder points to defend.
Well, at the end of the day, MS was aware that someone was there, therefore they placed a satchel. So fair play. One kill, but fair
They
play.
stayed
They
back.
knew.
Yeah, very good.
We still have Takahara here.
This is like a Gruyere cheese, you know, like full of holes.
Heard
so they
something
can
blow up.
leak
What was it?
From everywhere.
76 is here. What did blow up? What blew up? Heard an explosion over here.
But didn't leave any trace. Maybe they exchanging rounds, the heavy with another?
It seems it's right there, the Tiger. It's right there. Tiger versus 76.
Ooh.
76 destroyed.
Yeah, Tiger hits a hit. Ooh. They peaked. Nice.
Well played. By the tank off. Who's capping?
Cosmos was hoping that the angle, the curvature, would protect him against any tank pushing train tracks, but they were not expecting a peekaboo from that Tiger.
Where is this? Here we have a Luch here. And once again, this Luch here is quite disruptive for the MS defense. Because once again, this Gary, if they want to come to ruins, they have to come down here, which is exposing themselves to this Luch, or going all the way around, which seems to be can't because someone should die there. Let's check the whole map 1 second here. You have a daddy, you know, playing wide north of the zones. Have a Gary here. I think they're going to use this to clean up the Spirit front line from behind, which I think is like the best thing they can do right now, because they cannot push the front line. As we see here, they're stuck here. They are defending the point because they cannot
maybe the
remove the people
south
here.
map edge could be promising, but yeah, it's very difficult to get to the mansion again.
Okay, I hear an OP place right here. This is a lot of people here in the point.
This is an excellent use of a looks, right? They're very. We said it at the beginning. I don't know if it was recorded or not, but these are very weak tanks versus armor, but very powerful in alleyways like this because bazookas cannot pin from the front. So you can park here and leave one tanker there and farm.
Yeah, I mean the only way to get this tank out of here is bring a heavy, a medium, a heavy, or P-strike, or grab it from behind. And grabbing from behind, it's not possible right now.
No,
So
no commander I think will P-strike a looks.
Yeah,
They will
that's
save
the
it
thing.
for heavy.
Why would you P-strike a Luch? But the thing here is, it's doing a lot of damage to the team. So I would actually risk it and send a P-strike on this, because it's hurting.
But what they need to do, in my opinion, is put 3, 4, 5 smokes in front of it and get to him.
Bombardment here.
The living hell out of this. Smoke him out, and then 2 people can push him.
Okay, defense is recovered. You know what's the main problem I see with this defense? Is that no one of MS is in the point. And that's a big problem, because it's literally, come on guys, come on SPT. Get in the point, don't leave the point, get the best positions to defend the point I have. And I'll think how I get you out of there. I think the main focus...
I see item and how they're trying to wrap around south, but although the Tiger went away from that alleyway.
Yeah,
item is making progress. Yeah.
Where's the Tiger?
There?
Where is the Tiger? Was
Tiger moved
here?
south.
South.
It went to kill the 76, and then we lost track of him.
We have the enemy ESPT infantry pushing here. Reflex gets a kill here on Hitman, but Shapey gets reflex. Here we have the Tiger. Tiger went all the way to the south. And I
Yeah.
think this is a scary situation for MS, you know?
Mm.
I mean, they're about to lose this Gary here south.
Yeah, this is crucial. This is really crucial.
Plums OP,
With the Tiger, nonetheless.
quite visible to be honest, but yes.
Yeah,
I think they saw it. They saw it. They saw it. They saw it. They saw it.
Go to Jimbo.
Right,
Yeah,
a spawn. Incheon here. Hello, Incheon. How are you? Gary is practically gone. No chance of defending it. And MS lost the whole south of the map. So
There's a 76 coming to meet him. Look at that.
yep,
76 is trying to push the
is
Tiger.
where is the Tiger? Tiger seems to know. Gets the first shot, both shot at the same time practically. Tiger is going to play
Nobody's
it.
moving. Jimbo, that was a turret shot. So Jimbo's gonna add hit points. Checking. Yeah.
I mean,
If you add one hit point to a turret, you're safe from another turret. Both kite.
to be honest, you should have stayed. I believe the Tiger should have stayed right there since the other 76 was moving too. Jimbo got out to give it a few HP more in case they shot again. So, I mean, for me it was obviously stay there, get the kill, and then repair. Risk it and then repair. I mean, at the end of the day, ESPT
You know
is
what's
in a
going
better
on.
position. It's not going to
play
hurt that
safe.
much.
Jap is gonna satchel them. That's why they are not risking
Shape.
the Tiger.
Shape sattles as they
Mhm.
repair.
Yeah, very smart. Very smart. This shows communication and
This is a
coordination.
this is a proper Alakbar moment by Shapey. He's not running away of the tank.
Yeah, he knows tankers get out on the right if it's not blocked, so he's camping the living hell out of that satchel.
Oh
He's gonna go
fuck!
boom boom.
What were the odds of getting the flare right in my face? You know?
There you go. Blue.
Damn.
Well, Mr. Do, unfortunate death there. He was getting ready to fight the Tiger, and he got ratted out.
Stoner is now as an officer. Tiger is pushing. Tiger is going for it. The only thing I would say it's like they are quite alone. They are alone. So they're trying to get with their people to make sure they not get surrounded. I mean, by enemy infantry, satchel, anti-tanks. You know. So I think this is a smart thing to do for them.
Yeah, they already got what they wanted. They
I mean-
got the heavy. This tank got 2 heavies already.
Yes, correct. I mean, oh, look at these 3 tanks. What the fuck is going on here?
Ooh. So they're going for it.
Have the Luch here, Tiger here, and a Puma here.
I think they lost a driver to artillery. It's a 2-man Tiger, creating chaos. So Puma's covering his booty, and the Tiger is keeping people in ruins. Yeah. The only danger here is freezing Taz, but he's not gonna make that run. Konashi's too far away. They could place satchels in those buildings, but they need to cross the gardens first. Yeah, this is building up to a major push, I think, by ESPT on this point.
Oh, forget about it, of course. I'm just wondering what's actually going to be the push. I mean, Luch is hit here. I think they did not repair since the bombardment, the MS Commander. But who's the MS Commander here? Athens.
Athens, yeah. Yeah, but this is a victory already for ESPT, metaphorically speaking, right? Like bringing the fight to ruins is already a major achievement. And
I mean,
then
not only
from
that,
there,
they kick them
you're
all the
safe
way
on the
from here.
midpoint. Mm-hmm.
So if they want to make a frontal attack once again on train station, it's a complete rebuild for MS, and they being pushed at ruins. So yeah, it's hard the
You
situation here for MS.
mentioned U.S. Ranger earlier. He was wrapping around north, like almost
Yes.
the water canal. I think
Here he
I think
is.
MS never fully played map edge to map edge. So they left a little square or two open in the north, and that's where the pressure became a major pressure later on. Yeah, somewhere there. We never saw a Gary there, or if it was there, was taken down, and Ranger was running
No,
around.
it was only here, the Gary. So
Yeah.
I'm with you here. A Gary here in the factory would have been nice, you know, to cover all this
Yeah.
zone over here, you know.
And I don't know if I saw it at some point, but if it was there, it was taken down, and then the pressure on the point was on train station was so strong that this was a little opening for ESPT, and then it became a major push, and here we are.
League is playing
With teams
north
like
over here.
this, you have to play map edge to map edge. You cannot really give them a square.
I mean, I understand if you don't play map edge to map edge in a 36 versus 36 because it's 36. You cannot make the whole map. In 49 versus 49, it's a must. You cannot let
Yeah.
the enemy get behind you, because if they get behind you, it happens this. You have a US Ranger people behind you, and it's messing with your team at the end of the day. So let's see who's Daddy doing here. Do you see So
Let's see,
Lucky?
Lucky.
Please tell me you see So Lucky. Or So
Let's
Lucky is
see
going
if
to be So
Lucky
Lucky.
is
No,
lucky.
he's not so lucky
There you
as he
go.
seems to be. Daddy here gets so lucky. Okay, guys, I promise this is the last time we're doing bad jokes. But yes.
Well,
so-
Daddy has a chance there to wipe if there is an OP there, like it was before. They control the front door now.
I still hate the map here, the camera here, the admin camera. Be careful, because sure, she's quite close to this 76, and I don't know if he already satchel this. I don't see any satchel. Maybe on
No
the
sparkly,
tracks,
sparkly.
no sparks. So maybe the 76 is safe. Maybe.
Is it empty?
I mean-
Has people in it?
No, yes, it was satchel, by the way. And no, it did not have people in it. So
So probably they killed the repairers when they were repairing or something. I have
Basically.
no idea why it would be empty. out of ammo, perhaps.
US Ranger and Postal taking on Viking right there. Once again, MS is with the problem that they have many ESPT people in the circle, and they don't have any people in the circle. So yeah, it's a complicated situation. And here you have the medium tank I told you they had to bring to destroy that Luch, you know. Here an airhead, airhead. Be careful, an airhead, right next to the. No, turn around, turn around, turn around. No.
Mr. Dude, turn around!
Press
No.
it. No, press, no.
No.
What are you doing? No.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding? No.
Bullshit,
way.
dude. Bullshit. Look at this. Look
Well,
at this.
there is a chance. There is a chance. The girl is gonna go boom boom. Oh my god, this is gonna be a meme.
No. Oh, Reason. Great job, Reason. You saw it. Oh, Reason saving MS asses right there. Jesus.
And he got killed. Wow. Wow.
Gets killed by Watermelon, who gets killed by the tank here by scantily.
That was so
That was rough. Great
How
job.
many people yesterday were already about to spawn there?
I don't know,
We'll
but
never know.
damn it. That was a great save. Great save.
Imagine like a
Who
10
said it
people,
was it?
15 people spawning
Yeah,
there.
oh, forget about it. Who said it was? Who said it was? Reason.
Reason.
He's the reason
gonna have
his
a-
team is not collapsing.
Yep.
Sorry
The man
guys,
of
I
reason.
promise this last time I'm going to do bad jokes. US Ranger getting killed by Fremur right here. Oh my god. Oh my
I
god,
like
what
what
a way.
SPD is trying to do, like with Ranger. Now he collapsed there, but they were trying to choke the road further west, right? They were trying to like probably they put some mines, probably they put some
Oh, of course.
some pressure there.
I
They
mean,
were
that's
they were trying
like
to
the
choke the
smart
point
thing to do.
before they got to them.
I mean, that's the smart thing to do, I believe. Postal here getting in
Yeah.
front of the tank, so, I mean, dude, you have to stay in the smoke. My opinion, just a suggestion. You can take if you want to. But yes.
Jaywalk doing the correct thing, protecting the tank. Shout out to Jaywalk.
Yes, we have a 76 here pushing in the middle of everything. Who's that? Milk gets killed. JJ gets another kill. He's a...
This tank lost its
Oh,
safety
oh,
support.
Farzmela gets killed too. He's trying to get a satchel on the tank.
They know they're being.
He's on top. Tank is hit by an anti-tank. I don't know from where,
they
but
were
gets hit by
lucky.
an anti-tank. And oh my god, vitamin saving the day. Never mind. They got hit by the tiger. Forgot about the tiger. Tiger's still there. By the way, the PNG of fire, you know. But yeah, so unfortunate. I don't think they had to push that far with a 76.
Yeah.
I think they had to
It looks
hold
like they
here.
peaked before, either not knowing there was a heavy south, or
mean,
just recklessly.
It was marked there before, you know. There was 3 tanks: the Luch, the Tiger, and the Puma.
Yeah.
And people
And
were
the
watching
flare was
that
up
there
as
was a
well.
Tiger there. So if no one destroyed the Tiger, I believe the 76 should have stayed here, you know, just
Yeah.
pointing here, killing infantry, and maybe kill the tank if they poke the Tiger. I'm talking about. But yeah, that
maybe
was
the
a
smoke
poor
really,
play.
really blocked their view, and then they try to get a new view from the other end. Like
There was no
sometimes you
smoke.
risk it.
right when the 76 was destroyed. There was no smoke. Smoke was
Yeah.
right there, right now.
And the Tiger had 2 people in it, so the Tiger was a little bit impaired as well.
No, it's complete
Good-
crew
good
right
kill.
now. It's complete
now,
crew
now
right
it's
now.
completely repaired as well. Yeah.
Completely repaired. Be careful because Six and Simo here are trying to get behind the tank. I don't know if Mikey right there is
Simo-
going to
It will be a
cover
race
their
between
tank.
Simo
Boomer
and
sooner.
Boomer. See who sees each other.
Boomer seems Simo first and wins that interchange. Six is the only one remaining over there. Let's see what's going to happen here. Six gets Boomer. Six gets killed by George Duba. Duba gets killed by I don't know who. Ben, I believe. Fake here is coming against Sansu and Excel. What are you going to do, Fake? He's got into the building. Excel 2, Fake and Big, they meet. Excel loses the outcome. Fake. Oh, great shot by Fake.
Fake has probably doesn't know it. Has a clear road to Satchel. But not
That's the
now.
thing.
Now they back
I
down.
don't believe. Yeah, too late for him to
With
act.
all that
And
smoke, yeah, they know someone is there because the 2 friendlies died. So the Tiger is smart.
he's got a grand.
Is retreating.
Tiger's retreating. There is no way he can satchel it anymore.
Yeah, no way now. Yeah, they're safe. But this is what we don't see when we're casting games, like the communication, right? And
Yes.
the decision making. Most teams probably the Tiger will have gotten only the info that 2 infantry died, but then not retreated like that. And I'm sure ESPT is communicating and telling him, we cannot babysit you anymore. Get out of there. And instant reaction, and they leave.
Shooting. Let's open them up for a bit, you know. Let's check once again the Gary placement. Oh, look at this. This Gary behind here. That's interesting. This can do something for MS if they know how to use it properly. They're winning their front door, so
Yes.
right now the best play for a Spirit is to reset or make a horizontal push, you know, to ruins.
Yeah.
Which I don't
We were
think
just seeing
it's
how
successful.
they were pushing the tiger back. So I agree with
Correct.
you. The frontal,
I believe this is the
battle
tiger.
has been,
I believe this is the tiger right now, or I
frontal
don't know.
fight has been alleviated.
No, it's a second tiger.
that's a
We got two
that-
tigers. We got two tigers here.
Two tigers, but they're a little bit in the open, right? No infantry supporting them. They're retreating all the way to train station.
I mean, that's the thing right now. I mean, they can be alone because the only way they can get to them is frontally, and there is just one entrance. The back door must be a must watch for the tank commander or the spotter. But since they have the second tiger back there, it's no need for that because that tiger is at the end of the covering. The tiger we have here, the closest to MS.
Well,
So
look,
it's a
Qonzer's making
complicated play.
progress there.
Let's get closer here. Where's Daddy? I want to see Daddy, you know. Where's Daddy?
I like the chances of this push from the north. One of the harder points to defend when you're holding train station is the north. Infantry can have different roads to come to you, and buildings to cover their approach. And then once they're on the train tracks, they're too close. So this is a nice push by MS from the north on train station.
Reason
might
kills
work.
Father Pig here, who was trying to get this Gary. I think Paradox right now is the one blocking this Gary.
Major plays today, huh?
Let's see this. Hey! Good. No, Gary's still blocked.
Nice
Where?
quick kill.
Father Pig comes here once again with Shay. Reason dies, gets one kill. Father Pig.
What's an OP
He's
there,
doubting
right?
about
In
it.
the car?
He's doubting if he should push or not.
He knows it's there.
You know someone is here because the flare right now, you know? Who was the bad up shooting with his M3 Lee? I hear a luge on my left. There you have it. Paradox once again here. Reason pokes again, gets another kill. But this guy keeps blocked because of Paradox and Apollo. And, well, Father Pig here's probably got an OP over here. This zone.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, here it
Is that
is.
a new radio for the car or an OP? Yeah, it's an OP.
Oh, Reason dies to Paradox. I promise, guys, this was the last bad joke. Well, here we have a Puma once again, and the 8C finally destroys this Gary for MS. So ESPT
Nice.
can breathe again.
The speed of the reaction is what it's really enviable. The speed in which a Puma, 3-4 SLs control this area.
Who the fuck are you shooting? Anyways, Luch is here to help. Nothing too fancy. Creams control the church, which they're already doing. There is no MS people over here, so this zone is completely spirit controlled. Have the two tigers here together right now. 76 here. What the fuck are you doing, bud?
That's alone.
Where?
Lost his
Here.
infantry support.
He's fighting a tiger
Fighting a
here.
tiger.
Why would you get down? Why? Yeah, there was
Trying to probably like
there was
block.
no way the tank would have survived. I believe that guy should have stayed in the tank and shoot no matter what. Try to ruin their tiger, take it out of commission for a while at least to not hurt their team, but well, that did not happen.
That's the tricky part of Carentan. If you get caught in between these long roads, you are and no infantry, you are up for grabs. You have to be at the ends of it, controlling the mouth of those, the entrance or the exit, right? If you're in the middle, you have no exit.
One tiger destroyed with that P-strike. What a
Nice,
lovely
nice.
P-strike.
And hurt the other.
Exactly. I don't know how badly, but it is hurt.
Yeah.
How about Recon here, a Greyhound and a Steward? I don't know if they're going to dance a tango, you know, with the tiger. Otherwise,
It's
what the fuck
it's
you
a
doing
tank
here?
museum over there. That's just parked there.
The tank museum, you know.
World War II tank museum.
Bonzo here is trying to get close to these tanks. I don't know if he's going to try to make an OP over here. Reason might be able to see him. No, he's not looking to his left. He's looking front. Bonzo gets here. Bet he's going to build an OP here, as I tell you. Get people to destroy these two tanks. Would be the smart thing to do, in my opinion, but well, doesn't seem to be going to happen.
I don't think.
Never mind, he's doing the Gary.
Yeah.
Yes, the Gary, the OP. Yeah. You can hear the tanks. Look where I am. You can hear the Greyhound here.
Oh, is it on? Okay, so it has at least one dude inside. They were not even moving the turrets. I thought.
Be careful, Nover seems to know they have a OP here. Nover's coming straight. Oh, to spawn. Watermelon Charge. What are you going to do, Novers? One kill. Watermelon's down. Novers is down.
W.
Charge Duvia gets the kill. And they get to hold that OP. Have a Satchel guy here, so Charge runs again, the Satchel boy. This Stuart is no crew, and here you have Frey Murray, who did not see.
Yeah.
He did not see Charge because he went straight to the driver's position. And the Puma's gone. That Stuart is long gone too. What a match is unfolding right here, you know? Well, the Tiger seems to be here in this position once again, covering this alley here. Hey, camera!
Yeah, whoever was expecting a boring train station
No, the
fight,
Puma.
90 minutes, we are being all over the map in this game. They're playing everywhere.
Oh, Puma's destroyed by 6. Holy fuck. Anyways, what can I say? I don't know what to check right now. I mean, many things happening at once. Let's come back here to the south. You know, we left the south when they completely capped this zone. SPT capped this zone, and well, I think it was Shisa only killing 2 MS guys here. Great
Yep.
job in that case. Town center got contested for a second right there, just in case. Little reminder. That's proof that the SPT is now attacking.
I think they're always attacking.
Be careful.
When they're defending.
Be careful, because only 2 people here, free with the commander, are managing to cap. I mean, right now,
Contest.
because they
Yeah.
they started capping, contested, and lost the process. But yes, ESPT does not have people playing in the point in train station right now. Oh, Luch here trying to do pain to a building. War crimes, I believe.
Removing a graffiti.
Making fast building cleaning, you know.
Yeah. Repainting. We have 24 minutes left, or 22 of game.
I mean, I believe this map is going to end. This match is going to end like this, 3-2 in favor of SPT.
Yeah, unless something radical happens, apart from the server, quack. So yeah, we haven't seen a lot of
Fake getting killed by Konashi.
options by MS. We saw like a frontal push that was smothered very quickly, and we haven't seen anything else. Right, they're being forced to defend the point. And
Shaywall
South
killing JJJJ.
is very hard. Kanoshi made it.
Konashi in the point. Paradox shooting people here, gets no one, keeps running. Like he's playing Fortnite, you know? Still gets no one, people shooting at him too. And finally dies.
That's the thing
Jaywalk
about
dies too.
STG.
Oh,
right?
nothing
It's
too
a
fancy
great
dice.
weapon, but it's so loud, they can find you.
Where Kaonashi shooting from inside here. And this is the thing, they once again got kicked from the main point, the hard point, so they have once again to recover these positions, because Kaonashi here is going to cause such a mess against the mess. So, oh, Satchel blows up. I think they knew someone was trying to get here, so better be safe than sorry. And that Satchel got him. This is the chance for MS to once again get positions here in these houses, you know? These ruins.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened here? It was complete of MS people here. Jeez. Smirn Fortress and the Luch cleaned like 6 guys,
Again,
7 guys.
the
Oh, and the
looks again,
tiger
the same
there.
alleyway.
Puma destroyed.
Yeah, it
medium.
is like in a killing zone. You just go to the open area there and you get HE'd.
This is Kharkiv, you know, right now. Russia, Ukraine.
Wow, if you had to play with 2 heavies here, the team is not doing great.
Yeah, you don't really want to get heavies in this zone because it sucks, you know,
No.
sucks. Oh, many people here. What's going on? What did I miss? So they have an OP over here for sure. Oh, P-Strike. Where? Oh. Who?
Stuka, so it's on the allies.
Uh,
They miss.
yeah, you missed, buddy.
Nice.
You missed.
Mr.
Like,
Doom
for a
moved
lot.
at the right time.
Tiger moved here. Tiger moved here. He's
Ooh,
expecting
that
the
Tiger is
76.
in a losing situation. It's gonna go down. Mr.
No,
Doom and
they
the first
miss.
one.
Tiger misses his shot.
Yeah,
He was
the
continuing.
The Sherman is just doing.
No.
Just doing mortal
That was a
support.
great
Oh.
team play where the Tiger missed the George Duva from up there where Pocho Loco is, shot him on the side, and the Tiger
Oh,
got the
wow.
final shot and killed him.
Oh,
That
wow.
was a lovely team
Wow.
play. And that second Tiger
That
showing up to
Tiger-
destroy
That
the
Tiger
medium
has
tank.
more lives than a cat. Wow, and they go white. It's
Uh,
like they never existed. They disappear from the map. Even the carcass. Wow, that.
So
play was
right now,
crucial.
MS is naked. Truth be told, MS is naked.
wow.
Let's check the map once again. The 2 Tigers here, one here and the other one, it's right here in the crossing. No tanks to be seen. No tanks. They have fuel for a 76.
It's hard to criticize that play because it was a variable that was not accounted for, which is a rocket in the exchange. But anyways, if there is something to criticize, it's why is the medium playing on the right? Right? I would like the expendable tank, the cheap tank, probably the natural, we don't even use fuel for it, go on my left. There was room for both. We saw that both fit.
Yes,
The medium should have been on the left.
correct.
And the taller,
To be the
more valuable heavy being on the right. So the rocket would have hit the medium. The heavy would have killed the Tiger.
The
and
medium,
then we'd be
and then the
talking about
76.
What a great peak.
Correct.
We'll be talking about great coordination by the allies.
Yeah, sorry, I lost a little bit on what you were saying, but yes, we are great. In fact, I was going to say that, but I don't know why they played like that. I mean, you know, there's a Tiger.
Yeah.
You know, there is infantry. You don't risk it, and if you're going to risk it,
Right.
you think it, you make it properly. In this case,
Right,
it's
right.
it's as you say. It was supposed to be that, you know. the
Or
medium
even,
on the
or
left.
even if you're going to accompany the medium on the right, at least throw smoke at the Tiger, so the Tiger has less visibility while you already have his ping, where he's basically occupying the road.
Ooh, look
that
at
was
this.
that was probably a rush decision there. And now the Tiger is in.
Tiger is saying, "Hello, motherfucker," to MS people.
He's like, where was that Gary that we couldn't get? That's what he's looking for.
No, Gary's gone. Gary's here, long gone.
Infantry took it. Nice.
They only have 2 Garys to defend the point here. Such a big breach here by ESPT. Look at that flare.
Reflex said it on the chat. Yeah, he says ruins Gary destroyed. I see it now. Yeah, this is very unfortunate. This is actually the most dangerous situation MS has been. Even though there's no capping yet, this is the most dangerous situation. Because you lost your balance, you lost your line. Basically, you're broken into north and south now. So the road is going to be the division between defenders and attackers now. The Looks can push, and or the other tanks in the alleyways can push, and
you can see how slowly ESPT is breaching inside ESPT lines. I mean, all this zone here was covered with blue. Now you see Postal and Bozo fitting in, Dovely back there playing with vitamins. So, yeah. Oh, Bonzo, Ben, what they doing? Well, nothing. Dying both to a satchel.
They've been doing that consistently. I think they put satchels like 2 minutes and then they leave the building, right? And then ESPT players keep getting into the trap of occupying the high ground sniper position and then buying to satchels.
I mean, it's a smart choice. I mean, it's a smart move. What can I tell you? Look at where the Tiger is right now. The only person that could be a threat is Fake, who just died to Fignaldo. Tiger is here doing his own. Point is contested. If ESPT plays his cards properly, this is going to be point to them.
Yeah. When the cap starts, it's not gonna stop.
The artillery.
Ooh, Jimbo's alive! Wow.
Yeah, look at this breach. Nah. MS has to play very carefully here to not lose the point. They're giving too much weight to ESPT. Unknown killing someone right there. George Dubla killing someone right there too on the left. I'm out of voice already. Mika killing Inchon here. Fignaldo's over there too, following Mika and kills him. Damn, boy.
Read the messages. Reason.
I commence maybe a deep to team. Reason.
He's not happy with the performance.
I mean, to be fair, they won against Helios. The only loss, as we were speaking before everything went to shit and I had to start recording and all that we spoke was lost. The first week match of SPT and MS was between them. So the only one they lost so far is against ESPT. They won against Helios and Climbers United, who forfeit, as I believe. I don't know why, to be honest, I don't know why they keep playing in the APL if they're going to keep forfeiting, you know? It's like, why?
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah,
maybe there is a reason right there we don't know.
I hope there is.
Oh! Let's see what's going to happen here. Tiger 76, your mom.
They're looking for each other. No, the Tiger is safe, I think.
Yeah, no way. 76 can't see him.
Yeah. They moved away from the line. Yeah.
Unless he keeps pushing, but Tiger's already pointing at them.
Here we go. Oh,
76 might have a chance here, but no, they kept pulling.
Right there, there's a little window. If they move up to the cartwheel, they might see each other.
That scared the heck out of me, that artillery.
The dance of the heavies. Yeah, what ESPT needs now here is a couple of good OPs next to the Tiger or a Gary in front door Boulevard or something like that, and then start pushing.
I mean, right now the Tiger does not need protection. I mean, it's in a position where no MS player can get them from behind, and only from the front.
Unknown and Postal block any people riding behind, and then Mike.
Then on the right, Magni Fignaldo Boomer is controlling quite well before Mikey and Fignaldo. And you see Sansu right here killing Mike.
Once the circle, capping progress will start. He's booking it slow. Yeah, he's
about to get into the point. About to get into the point. And
once he's in the circle,
point is being lost.
Cap weight. There you go.
Point is being lost. point is being lost.
Great play.
Can you stop repairing, dude? I mean, it's a pixel of track you just need. Well, it's a 2-people tank right now. I don't know what Sergeant is doing here. Get on the tank. I would suggest to get in.
Fupa is checking. is buying some candy for the tankers.
I will actually bring the Tiger here, you know, completely look in front, you know, and the turret left, looking right there at the end of the street.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
this is gonna happen.
The right of the tank is being covered by a lot of SPT plays, and I do believe this is the downfall of Ruins for MS. An airhead to confirm behind the SPT lines, covered by SPT. No way that MS can recover it. We have Daddy here playing at the back once again.
This should be a lesson for people that, you know, they think tankers cast and they'll focus only on the tanks. With apologies for everyone else, but when you follow the tanks, you follow the pulse of the game basically, because the tanks here really losing two tanks there, and this tank making a push here. The tanks are really the multiplying factor that you cannot ignore. So looking at little micro fights is fun, but if you want to look at the macro, the tanks, well maneuvered tanks, really are the pulse of the game. Look at this. This Tiger killed everyone, slowly pushed, and is securing the win.
Too much.
We're gonna see head to head. Here. Look at that. Look at that.
Head to head. Head to head.
That's heavy pushing. Ooh,
Tiger got
died, and Tiger
got the first. Tiger got the first.
Yep.
And Tiger got the kill.
Reverse. Yep. Yep.
Ruins is falling for SBT.
That's it.
By the way, wanna read the chat?
Wow.
I'm with Fremore right here. Keep the racism, keep the slur, make fun.
Shout out to Fupa securing the 4-1.
Let me change this thing because it's not automatic. 1-4 to MS. I think it's probably. Let me check the OBS just to confirm. And it got bugged as fuck. I gotta love it. Gotta completely love it. Let me restart this.
But just reading how the game has been following the pace of the rhythm, I think this is now 2 Tigers on Ruins. This is the game is over basically, right? It's very hard to come back.
Well, fuck. Oh, wait. If I do this, it's loading. Give me a second. Nah, let me turn this off. There we go. She's finally. Sorry, it's hard to control all these things, you know, having just one screen. I'm from Argentina. I have no money here, so
the alt tabbing.
Yeah, alt tabbing.
You should do like a crowdfund for a second monitor.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm stuck with a 180p monitor, you know, so it's well, Boomer here's going to make the Gary for ESPT on this point. MS has been pushed all the way back here. That's a lot to fall back to. Because it's not like they keep fighting here between C and D. They're fighting C. Charlie column here. This is a problem. Gator left. Too hard to watch. This is sexual assault.
Yep. Yeah.
Got someone leave? Oh, people left. People actually left.
48. Yeah. You are the 48th player, so they lost 2 players.
They lost 2 players. MS had 2 rage quits. That's unfortunate. I mean, kinda, it's to be expected the way that MS fell, because at the end of the day, yes, it was supposed to be the team to defeat SPT. The SPT has been fighting for a lot of time, so they know each other, they know how each other plays. In the other hand, ESPT is a joint of many people, of many clans, so different play styles. They have to get to know each other in nothing unless because they formed these years, as far as I recall. You know, it's not a lot of
Give you
time
my
to.
hot take. I'll give you my hot take. I think people complain, but I think it's maybe it's not ideal, but it's good to have a team that rolls everyone else. It keeps you honest, and it pushes you to get better, right? I'm not a Division 1 player, but I think in Division 1 people put too much of a burden on themselves. MS had a great tournament.
Cool.
If you lose to only ESPT, that's a great tournament for you, right? Of course, you want to beat them, and you have the talent to do it. But you're going to lose some games, and the quality of a team is how you handle defeats. If you only expect to win, and when you lose, you collapse, and people rage quit, and you lose the tournament, and you forfeit, or whatever, that's not a healthy team, right? So I'd rather not have it.
Cambridge United.
Team is... A team, yeah, exactly. A team is, I think, the quality of a team is how they handle defeats, how they learn from defeats. And if your only 2 defeats are with the top team at the moment, you had a great tournament, right? So people put too much pressure on themselves, and then they want to win or they're losers. And I don't think it's such black and white. And losing to SPT. It should encourage you to study the game, do what they do right, do what you did right, and get better, right? And try again.
I mean, let me cut you here, but if you remember a little bit of past year, the HCA, the only tournament that SPT has not won on previous HCA was the Hellaluz as competitive association, which they won past season. That was like the only tournament they did not win yet, and HCA is for the major clans. So you're fighting against the, you and me will understand this, the World Cup, you know. You're fighting against the world champion, so you cannot expect to win, even if your clan was formed in just a few months ago. And as I tell you, you have people from different clans, different playstyles, so it takes time. It's not that in just one tournament you're going to beat everyone.
I agree. You said it better than me. Like, you have time. You need time and you need patience, right? To form a team, and give it time to get coherence and synergy and wanting to play with these people next to you, right? Like, have a good team that you want to play with them. If it's just like a combination for a tournament to win, well, it's going to be in a disadvantage with the team of friends, like in ESPT and a solid team. That's why I mentioned like patience, right? You have to be patient. Form a team, give it a couple of tournaments to get the mojo going.
Oh, nice save at JP there.
Kaiser tried twice, and people are protecting their tanks.
I mean, I can, for example, this you giving, I can recall to my ex-clan, you know, Legion Condor, which past APL season, we got raped, basically. It was loss, all 5-0, except 2 matches that were 3-2 against us, okay, of course. And this APL season, well, shit happened, but we won 2 of the 3 matches we already played. So, I mean, that's the kind of patience you have to bear with if you want to play a tournament. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, MS made it better than us in their first time playing, because they won 2 of the 3 matches. No? Well, 2 of the 4 matches right now. Captain here getting to his tank once again. So, 4 minutes on the clock. This is a win to ESPT. No chance for MS to capture both points. Just one go.
Congratulations.
She's 12 marks. The chats.
But I hope I'm not like being too controversial. We are not being controversial, but it's true, right? When ESPT loses a game, you don't see this type of infighting or like, you know, division. Immediately in a loss, you see this divisions, right? This is showing that some people in in MS are calling others mercs, or even if it's a joke, right? But they don't take a loss lightly, and they you see a little bit of division, right? A little bit of infighting. For them was winning or nothing, and it shouldn't be like that.
I mean, I recall to what I said. This infighting happens. I mean, it happened to us. Us. I'm not in there anymore in Legion Condor, but happened to us when we lost all the matches in the previous APL. We're all mad at each other. Why you weren't doing this and this and that?
Mm-hmm.
But this year that we were winning 2 of the 3 matches we played, come on, fights left the chat basically. Not at all, but mostly did. So I can understand why they mad. You know, they try to do something too big, too quick, and hell it loose.
Yeah.
It's just not like that. It's not quick. It's a quite a slow process. So
we're both Argentine, right? And we've heard this right now. The ESPT of football, soccer is Argentina, world champions, the world regional
no
tournaments.
vuelvas a decir soccer porque te encajo una trompada.
No, but the people in English need to
Es fútbol, flaco, es fútbol.
This is the key, right? This is the key that people. Well, of course, you have Messi, right, and some good players, but people always highlight that is a team. They're friends and they have coherence, and they like each other. They like playing with each other. So even when they lose, they support each other, right? And then they lift each other up, and okay, we might lose this. Let's try harder next time. Let's correct our mistakes. Let's help each other. And I'm not saying MS is not like that, but I'm saying a lot of teams don't have that patience to form a group first, or the group that is there is too small, and then they have to fill with other people. And what I've seen, TL in its time, in its prime, ESPT now, and many of the German teams, European teams that are very solid, they have that, right? Of course, they're professionals. They want to win. This is like a second job for everyone. But you also see that core that stays true and consistent and non-toxic. And if you allow that to spin, yeah, that is the end of your team, basically, performance-wise and in other ways.
And I mean, let's check a little bit the stats, you know, because I mean, they did not that bad at the end of the day. I mean,
no, that's what I'm saying. They did a great tournament, but one of the messages there was like tough tournament, right? Someone said in the chat like tough tournament for us. Like, it's not tough. You won all your games, and you had a very good week 1 game.
One of the tanks had 1,000 points each person, for example. I mean, so they did good. You don't see a tank doing 1,000 points of each individual in the unit, you know, in a competitive game. It's not that common.
And I don't think this game they were wiped. They were just grounded down every inch at a time until Ruins was lost.
I'm muting here the music of Hell Let Loose because we got a, you know, there's a Spanish-speaking streamer, Sultan, I think you know him, who got banned from YouTube because of the German winning song, Erica, you know. So yeah, I'm muting the song just in case. Good game for both teams.
See, Reason says we can't compete. I don't agree with that. I think you are one of the best teams in Hell Let Loose, and just need to, you know, keep going at it.
Okay, I'm gonna do this, remove this, and do this. Sale das flus. O como mierda sea la canción, no me acuerdo. So yeah, that was the whole match. I'm going to stay here for a while because I asked both teams if they have someone that is willing to come talk about the match. So
Like an interview. Nice.
yeah, like an interview. Something I used to do when I used to cast frequently. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check what the hell happened back there with the OBS and Twitch not connecting, because that cannot happen again. To be honest, come on, I stopped streaming because of that, because of the bad internet. Now I have good internet and it doesn't connect to thing, So I'm not gonna pause the.
OBS. Yesterday I was having issues also with the OBS. Maybe there's an update coming or something.
Maybe. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording here. And well, gonna wait for these guys. Since this is a recording, there is no need to stand by here. So be right back with you guys. Well, boys, who the fuck is showing?
Oh, Fig is there. All right, Fig, join. All right.
Fig! How are you, Fig? Okay, let me change this then, because Fig.
Hello,
What's going
Fig.
on?
And yes, Ranger!
Well, we got 3 guys. It's perfect. So I asked him, I asked a
Nice.
few guys that I think would be great additions if you want to have more answers and stuff.
So, first of all, how are you guys?
Hey, good. How are you?
How are you, or who? Well, I would be
How?
Ronaldo. How? I feel like I need a cigarette. That's how and who have been answered.
Okay, so good to know that we keep the recording feeling, of just doing so bad jokes. But well, how was the match? How did you see the match? Was it as expected? Better than expected? Could have been better.
I'll start quickly so the guys can chime in after. So I think before we talk about the match per se, just so you know, I am playing as a probe, so I have a little more time to take a look at the whole map. Ranger is also playing Wamo, and Fig is more on the front line. To be extremely fair, my first reaction was they have a makeshift team of top-end shooters from different squads, from different teams, whether it's Greyhounds or Omen and stuff. But most teams make the same mistake always, is that it's not just about being a top shooter team. It's about knowing who you're playing with now to play with. So as soon as the game started, I knew we had it under control, full map control. It was actually a little easier than I thought it would be.
Nice.
So you're saying you're better than Fignaldo and you're right here, basically, no?
Well, I mean, if the guys want to chime in, be my guest. I invited them just so we have more people. I think Fignaldo is more of a staple in the HLL community, and Ranger is the god of the Church of Wamo, so everybody knows him. But yeah, I felt personally the game was easier. What about you guys?
Well, so from my perspective, I think we got 2 trucks, maybe 3 actually, off the opener. So capping was not an issue. They had some good tank positioning in the south that really messed myself and my unit up. I think they had like 2 Stewies and a few MGs anchoring the hard cap. So quite painful. I think I started off like 8 and 30 or something like that. Not that kills matter, but if you get like killed over and over again, you could see how the mental warfare does take an effect. So from my perspective, I think they had a great opener outside of us sniping their trucks, which ultimately gave us the manpower advantage to cap off the rip. And like Flake had said, we played our game, we got our map control, and even if the point was flickering, we knew that like there was no rush to let's say secure all of defense. It was more so like, okay, let's play the map and let Ranger, which is a great segue into his bit, but he built a backline garrison that kind of crumbled their front line, and we were able to push out and take ground. And once that call is made, and you can kind of just feel it, if you're a frontline player, you can kind of just feel how there's no one in front of you, and it's like, oh, okay, their spawns are all gone. Let's take space and secure a defensive point that way. And then that kind of segued into our constant pressure on ruins. I feel like train into ruins is probably the worst setup for allies. Unfortunate for them that they had that hand dealt to them, but you just gotta get what the game gives you. So I'm just happy that we were able to build that Gary and crumble their front line. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's something
Nothing-
we agree with you over here, that ruins is like the worst point to defend
Yes.
as allies. So
It's kind of like a hospice cemetery of Carentan.
yes, oh,
essentially,
Right.
for
don't
allies.
don't remind me that, jeez. Yeah, but well, talking about you, Ranger, just as you speak, at the start of the match, you kind of got lucky that you managed to get behind the enemy lines, because there was a Greyhound that destroyed your truck as you were running out away.
Yes.
I think that's what, like, the moment when MS had their, like, at the pivotal point, that kind of turned the tabs, because at the start they had quite a good pressure on you. I mean, they were trying to cap, they were having progress capping, but I think it was you fighting behind that actually letting you go, basically, and play behind their lines was like the most pivotal point for them, because you started working behind them, and well, you ended up making them come back to you and get some pressure out of the front line of your defense
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah, so I started off on opener. I went north. I did get really lucky because they had the Greyhound, obviously, that blew up the truck. But I also, unfortunately, I killed Pollo as I was like stopping the truck, and I didn't even turn. So it was like just pure, bad luck of, I lose Pollo, and that's a lot of firepower to have, with you as well. So I had to lock the fuck in. But then they had also two people, infantry, that I somehow managed to get past, and then I ended up just walking northwest of ruins. And really, I had to essentially wait to see what happened with the cap and whether or not I was going to be able to set up shop. But
Mhm.
once the cap was secure, which was great on everybody from the truck snipes to frontline meat grind. But after that, I was able to move down. I built a red zone Gary in the north, but that didn't last long. And then I moved south, just kind of through their B column HQ sector, and managed to double drop for another Gary. And then we just started to work. We had AT spawn on my OP in the south, and then just tried to methodically sort of take out their front line. And a lot of times, the best time to do whammo stuff is actually when the middle point is highly contested, because they're throwing all the bodies into active sector,
Right.
and they're really not worried about, what's behind them for the most part, which is unfortunate, but it's a good time.
Oh,
Right?
Hello, Stoner.
bonjour.
Bonjour.
how are you, Stoner?
What's say that again? Sorry.
Come again?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
We good too here. I'm talking here with the ESPT guys. I don't know if they good with a full shine. We all start talking. No questions straight to SPT, no questions straight to MS. I don't know if you're good with that, or if you want to keep.
Absolutely. No, yeah, we want to hear from Stoner as well. Obviously, it always sucks to lose, and no matter what, however you spin it. So he's free to talk about how he felt about the game. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, first 30 minutes were pretty good. I think we had decent control in the south, mid, north didn't seem too bad. We had a couple of areas where we sort of got to about half mid cap. We got the second satchel on your second heavy coming up, so
Mhm.
we were gonna sort of full speed ahead with the heavies, but then you guys did obviously a very good job of getting that flanking Gary, I presume somewhere down the south, because all of a sudden both our mid and south Garys just started flaring up, and then from there pretty much everything got wiped. And I think from that point it was pretty much GG. It was kind of hard to really establish anything in the south because it was sort of open fields pushing out. and then yeah, I think train station into ruins is a pretty solid map layout for allies against any teams, especially teams like ESPT. But obviously, yeah, ESPT played very well, so it was a tough game. Good 30 minutes. Very annoying 60 minutes, I have to admit.
Sorry.
Well, fuck, forgot the question. So, well, let's go to something basic. How did the match go? You know, was it as you guys expected? Was it better, worse performance from the whole team? I'm asking to both teams right now. You know, your SPT and MS. Who do you think was the performance of your own clans?
Oh, again, first 30 minutes was pretty good, but the last 60 minutes, I think we just kind of got outclassed in every area. We couldn't hold key areas. We got outgunned. I think the outflanked opener was, you know, pretty decent. We messed up a little bit with the truck timings and the snipes, so we had quite a few snipes played out. And I think judging by the stream, they were all about a couple of seconds early, which is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
That's the first. That was the actual time which I had timed initially, and then I double tracked because I felt I did it wrong, so I retimed it, and then obviously I must have got my times wrong on the second time, which is a bit annoying. But
Yeah, I was gonna comment on that. It was like probably a second and a half, 2 seconds too soon, or those snipes would have gotten both our stealth trucks because they
yeah.
hit, but it was just a little too early.
Yeah,
Serves me
I got-
right for doubling down on my my times. I should have trusted the what I had the first time, but oh well.
yeah, there was
Kinda got
an 80
surprised, yeah.
rocket we were watching here with ULFBERHT from ESPT that almost hits one of the south tracks of MS. Fell right next to, did not kill anyone, I think, or maybe just one or two. The truck kept going, but that was a nice try, nice guess of where the truck was going to pass by, to be honest. I mean, at the start, it was like you saying, Stoner, I think that was the best time of the MS play, you know, because ESPT started capping 2 pixels, then it went in your favor. You capped like a quarter way, then ESPT completely capped again. But you kept pushing, you know, you had chances of capping. I think one reached a half capture. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
something like that. So, and then that's when ESPT started pushing on the south and started getting back. And here's what I was talking with US Ranger here, that you guys left just a small gap on the north between the North Gary you had and the Recon,
Bumping.
where the
Mhm.
US Ranger passed by with the truck and left the truck there. The Recon destroyed the truck, and just that moment was where you left US Ranger get behind you, and I think that's when actually the taps turned in your against MS, because US Ranger escaped, and you know who he is.
Yeah.
I-
Well, we were planning for the satchel on the first or second heavy, so we killed the truck with the recon, which delayed us. So we missed the first
Mhm.
heavy. So we knew we were going to wait for the second heavy, and at that point, I think obviously we knew we were going to lose cap. So the plan was to take out the second heavy, have the 2 heavy advantage either in the south, and then use that soft cap pressure to recap the point. But
Mm.
it was just at that exact same time as when you guys got your flanking Gary up in the south and just completely wiped our map border and our mid, which ultimately just completely crippled our attack.
Yeah, I mean,
just
go ahead.
I just wanted to say one thing. Like, first of all, the satchel. I don't hear that quite often, but it was called that you guys were managing satchel or tanks in our spawn. It's not something we hear often at ESPD. Also, the other thing is, at some point, you guys were putting enough pressure to the point where our commander asked us to spawn on on the point itself. We usually, like most of our matches, the midpoint flickers, and that's fair. Nobody really panics because we know we're all around. But this was one of those instances that I think a lot of us believe for certainty for a while that there was a strong chance that she could cap back. I think even called it in chat, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, it was tightly contested. The only other thing I would say is that this game is all about obviously macro control, but compared to the last game we played against MS and Carentan as well, the main difference this time, we won more gunfights all over than the previous time. Like in my instance, I did win more gunfights than I did the last time, and that changes the whole outlook if you guys are always a little bit more pushback than the other way around. So yeah, it's never like forget about that importance winning the gunfights for map control.
Yeah, I think it shows in the stats. We had, I think if we include Narty, I think we had 2 in the top 10, which even for MS, that's not usually the case. Usually we probably have more people in that top 10, but yeah, I think we got sort of outgunned in most areas of the map. But obviously, when when you're already losing 2-3,
Yeah.
unless you're playing against teams like Greyhounds, you typically will get outfragged because you don't have the tempo anymore, and you don't have the easier spawns on the front line. But
That's something I wanted to ask you.
Pretty good.
That's something I wanted to ask you. Flick mentioned it, like since you played the same map, different midpoint earlier in the week 1 and now, and they feel like different games, right? Like different matches. And you answer both kind of like saying being outfragged, but the teams, the players are roughly the same. So what do you think changed? You think the of course you guys map banned and you got into train station, so you feel like you have a chance in train station as allies and also as axis. But what, apart from the different midpoint, what do you think may have changed or may have happened for you guys to now feel outgunned after the rough 30 minutes?
I think the difference with the town centre game is we initially won cap on the town centre game, and it was town centre into ruins, if I'm not mistaken, on the first game. So it's a straight line point, which is a bit easier to defend. You just sort of have to span a bit north and a bit south. But the main difference with this is, and it's the point layout which we didn't want to get. We were kind of flipping that it was going to be train station into derailed. But just the amount of distance between train station and ruins was pretty large. So immediately the reset and the playing field is much wider, and we didn't adapt well enough post that cap. I think we wanted to try and maintain some pressure in the south. But ideally, the best thing we probably could have done there was just hard reset, cut off map edge, and start to play a little bit more holding on the south side, and pray for a Hail Mary, airhead or red zone Gary, because ultimately it's when you got such a large playing field and ESBT are able to place Garys so freely and start to reflank, it just makes that point so much harder. I think if we manage to maintain the south area, I think maybe we wouldn't have got so badly outfragged, but we were just, I think as soon as that map edge was lost, we were just constantly fighting on the back foot with our Gary spawns, OP spawns, and we couldn't get a bit of a tempo back again.
We were casting, I was co-casting with No Time, and we were figuring out two. It makes sense with your answer, right? Two areas where I think you guys in this attempt, like you say, of maintaining the front door pressure, probably got a little bit unguarded. And ESPT had tanks and a big presence north of train station, boulevards, and town center, even church. They had some Pumas and Luxes in the church. And I understand now your perspective, right? That cuts you a little bit in half because it's frontal pressure on ruins. But also, there's another gap that we mentioned before with the Ranger in the north. Like that was kind of like the timed infiltration from the north. I don't know if you guys had presence like a Gary in pumping or if it was taken down, but we noticed that basically the canal zone in the north up to pumping for a long portion of the time, particularly after 30 minutes, had no OPs, no Garys. And that's where the central infiltration came. And then when the ESPT combined the frontal push from town center and gardens
Yeah.
and the Gary North, that was basically the game started to happen in ruins instead of happening in the midpoint. Do you agree with
Yeah.
that? Like there was a little bit of open flank there.
Yeah, we wanted to, even if it was at ruins, we wanted to try and maintain the fight around train station as much as we can to keep the pressure there more so that we wouldn't have so much pressure coming in from pumping. But with the supply truck place, obviously we knew there'd be an RV or a supply truck going that far north to flank round. We killed obviously the supply truck, but we noticed we didn't kill any infantry, so we presumed that they're probably going towards town centre rather than a large flank, which is ultimately what kind of shafted us over in the end. Because maybe if we were a little bit more persistent with sniffing US Ranger out, then that Gary might not have ever gone up and kept the pressure on the front door while the second heavy turned up. But we knew there was going to be a play of such, and we had planned to put our defense probes along sort of pumping station, but that was post cap, not during the cap phase, which ultimately did kill us off in the end. But you live and you learn.
You were in the opener in the Greyhound North, right on the canal.
I was, yeah.
We
So
followed you. We followed your adventures a bit until the unfortunate
I got stuck.
getting stuck in the south.
They literally went all the way around. They were on your South HQ, on the German South HQ, with the Greyhound. Keep going west, and they got stuck on these small canals there with water. They ditched the tank there
because we were looking at the map, and obviously our heavy spawned, and our heavy was still in our HQ when we were sort of around your mid spawn, and we said, well, the tank's not at the mid spawn, so it's got to be the south spawn. We'll try and catch it, fire a couple of shells in the back or in the tracks, get the satchel guy to go out and satchel it whilst it's moving. So we then move into South HQ, can't see anything. Right. And then I just see a tank mark in G7. So then I was like, right, I need to start.
It was a Puma.
All right. Well, we thought it was a heavy. So we started to book it.
It was a single crew. It was a single crew Puma.
Which was in G7 or H7 or where it was. And then I noticed the trench and I thought, well, I'm not gonna be able to drive straight over this. So I need to maneuver myself, get sort of two wheels, and then bring it out. And then I immediately got stuck.
Oh, you were that driver. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was the driver. I was the one who was driving.
We were joking that the Carentan always reclaimed.
Just in case, just in case you weren't drinking, by the way, no? Right? Just to make sure. To take note who I'm not setting as a driver anymore.
No, that was just a bit of a misplay, but we still got a heavy, which was
nice.
Which was the plan. But
here I want to make a question to both sides actually. Why do you think ESPT managed to cap the 4th point ruins? Both clans. I want to know the opinion of both clans, because maybe we have like the whole point of view from up there, but maybe you, Stoner, from your perspective, you had this fault. Maybe you, Flick, Finaldo, Ranger, you had this other perspective of how they played MS,
I guess from MS side, the problem lied in sort of the initially probably like south side of ruins. So as soon as we lost pressure there, that's how we lost it. They could flood into ruins quite easily. It's not as easy for us to run in from the north, in my opinion. And I think as soon as we lost a lot of the south, which just meant it was very hard for us to really push them out. I think what we should have done, and this is probably a bit of hindsight, but we needed to really reset from ruins rather than resetting from derailed with the mid and the south squad. So we should have, like I said before, just sort of played a little bit more closed off in the south, stop them from pushing in, whilst our sort of meat grind squad resets just sort of, in the E6 area and maintain that pressure there. But because we were quite spread, it just meant that ESBT were quite easily able to get through, set up OPs, and from there it was incredibly hard to push them out. And I think that
Yes.
probably reflects same with ESPT. There was gaps in our middle which just allowed them to set themselves up and start to flood the point.
If you look at the map, like fundamentally, like HL mechanics, you'll see that you can put a blue zone Gary right up next to ruins, and with that, you could spawn SLs, get OPs down, and you could be a little greedy with it, and not necessarily super aggressive, but slow, methodical, and you have the luxury of spawning in a blue zone Gary less than 100 meters away from their hard cap. So that's why ruins is always so difficult to play, and south is a complete nightmare. It's all open fields, so it's like, okay, well, you probably wouldn't want to reset south, but someone's got to play there and keep ESBT honest. So I could see why you play in the south, but ruins being so far east, if they shifted it back, I would think it would be a little bit less of a headache for the allied team. But I think now in like some of the dev briefings, they've kind of taken note of that and moved some of the hard caps back, because it's so close to the blue red line, that indicates whether or not you can build with 50 or 100 supply. So I think it's just like a no. If you're ever going to cap, it's either going to be from south or north. Like, I feel like the west east can be easily anchored by a tank, and so it's just super easy for a team to provide pressure.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you guys showed. I mean, when you cap, you have mostly presence on the south of ruins. Then you started appearing from the east and the north, and the tiger you had right there. Yeah. It's kind of hard to get a tank right there. So yeah, it's as you say,
unconventional for sure.
Yeah, it's as you say, the ruins. If you can hold it west to east with a tank, but you can't with from north to south, because you can't basically. Yeah. It's hard, very hard. So yeah, ruins, it's quite a bad map, and as you say, hope you move a little bit the hard point, because it's like you can place a Gary 2 meters away from the hard cap, and it's like, yeah, fuck you, Lito. That's it.
Literally, yeah. It's a comp lead's nightmare when you roll ruins, because you take a lot of ownership in a loss, and then it's a random roll. And so I hope maybe in future tournaments we can pick the fourth as well. That would be nice. I know that the technology is there, so let's try and let's maybe include that in a part of the map draft as well.
It would have been much nicer to be able to play derailed instead of ruins. I think as I said before, this is literally the one point where we knew Carentan allies isn't necessarily the easiest point, but it's definitely a good map for MS, and obviously we know it's a good map for ESBT. But I felt that was definitely something which we could have recapped on or initially capped on, but when it's train station into ruins and we don't win the opener, it's pretty rough for us to really bring anything back.
That's a great point, and maybe it could reestablish make playable other midpoints, right? If you can choose the second point, maybe you will venture into certain maps that we don't play often because we are not favored for one faction or another. But if you have the chance to fight back from a specific second point, you might have a viable game. I agree. That's a
Yeah.
great
I mean,
idea.
I think it will complicate like a lot the map banning that. I mean, I understand why you're saying that, but
No,
I think it will complicate a lot
just
the
like
map
you
banning.
ban the map and then you have the freedom to choose a second point, something like that,
Right.
right? And the other team has this freedom to choose whatever second point. So both select the best approach from the second to mid, right? And like I said, maybe that approach will open some other maps that right now you are flipping a coin, right? If I get this midpoint, I'm gonna ban it because if I get that midpoint with specific second is a loss for sure,
Yeah.
right? So that kind of combination, particularly in Division One, right? Like you guys, the higher end of the game, that could mean a lot.
Where the maps are everything goes. It's like you play MS, the same two teams on different map. It could go very
Mhm.
differently. So yes, especially for higher up levels, people underestimate how much you need to make sure that you get a favorable layout to a certain extent. So yeah, indeed, having being able to decide a fort on both teams would be a great addition to the higher end competitive scene.
Is we come back to the very origins of the game, right? Like most of these classic maps, they're very well done, but we all know that the circles, the hard caps, and the location, the inclination left to right or north to south, it was never meant for comp. So it was never meant to be like super balanced. It was always you might have disadvantage in the mid cap, but you have a very strong second. But it's all randomized. So since we are playing competitively and we have agreed on banning and coming to a equilibrium point on selecting the mid, uh, is no we were talking in pre-game that is no wonder that we always come back to the original maps, and Carentan is one of them, right? That is played over and over because some of these maps have a better layout and more balanced midpoints. So um, adding the editable points is a great plus for comp, but is I think it's a matter of time until we start editing the second points, right? It makes complete sense because again, it could be too small there, the area too hard to cap, too hard to defend. So having that freedom of selecting that could change a lot of these high end maps, high end matches.
It definitely makes some of the unfavorable midpoints favorable, and I think sometimes by just determining what the fourth point is makes a point which could be cappable into completely just not cappable.
And maybe Flego, for Fernando, you can talk to this. Like ESPT has, in the last year or so, has made it a point, right, of selecting sometimes maps that are unfavorable for you in the faction for that map, but then in recapping, right? It was almost a meme, and it was a very well talked about point, right? That sometimes you guys didn't go for the cap because it was disfavorable, but then the whole game is just about the recap and holding it, and you have made that as a team, I think, very successfully, and it has won you tournaments. So adding these other variables could really add to that meta strategy, I think. I don't know what you guys think about it.
No, Murphy, I'll just quickly say maybe for the point itself, but we always choose maps where our strength just shows, which means map control. I think the best example of this is unless I'm wrong and Faye can correct me, but we played a seasonal match against Chimera on Kursk, and
Yes.
we gave them the midpoint, the house.
Yeah, you played Oleg's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they had Oleg's house, and we knew very well they would cap it first, and they got an MG42. But it's kind of a catch-22 decision because if they get this point, they need to make sure they hold it. because we're just going to surround them, and after that it's going to be painful for them. And this is exactly what we tried. Obviously, there was, like, let's be honest, we knew there was a skill gap between the two teams, but even against WTH, Grounds, MS, XD, whichever team, we prefer maps where even if the midpoint is not favorable, the map layout control is better for us, because nobody ever panics. What you say from the Nazi perspective is also true from an inside perspective. I think we every single game we go into it expecting to lose the midpoint for whatever reason. Today was surprising for a lot of us. It was surprising that we capped first. It doesn't happen that often. But like, we don't mind losing the cap first. It's always about get ready to reset, get map control, and then at some point it's gonna bulge. And yeah.
Well, here, I mean, I think that kind of responds why you chose such a average map for a competitive scenario. You know,
I mean,
this is supposed to be the finale of Div 1. Come on, play something more interesting. You know.
I mean, Carentan is pretty interesting for us for several reasons. The first thing I need to point out is that I know there are a lot of memeing and jokes about our tankers, but they're very good. Our tankers are they improve a lot. They are now very good on top of it.
To be honest, I did notice that. I did notice that.
They are pretty good now, and the coordination between infantry and tanker is such that once the Stoner said, "Oh, we lost from south," that is true. But the thing we saw from our perspective, as well as that, we had 2 AVs front door.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we listened to our tanks. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, but I got to point this out. We saw a moment here with ULFBERHT where the 2 tanks of MS, a 76 and a medium, poked in front of a Tiger. The Tiger missed his first shot. He had the first shot. The Tiger missed, but I forgot the name. There was an infantry guy with an 80 who shot the 76. The 76 shot the Tiger,
George W.
and the Tiger got George. It was George, and the Tiger got the tank. That was such a very good coordination. And as you told me, I previously there was ESPT did not have this level of coordination within the tanks and the infantry, but this match proved that you did improve that. So congratulations on that, by the way.
And that same tank was Fupa's tank. Killed the heavy, the medium, and continued to ruins from the south and capped.
That's the tank that sat in the cap.
And entered the circle from the south slowly but surely, wiping with HE the buildings and start capping. And that's what actually ruins fell. So yeah, I agree with you. Like we were mentioning in the cast many times the support of the tanks by the ESPT infantry. A lot of times we were following a satchel, like almost like an adventure, and then there's always some infantry covering its rear, and playing tanks in Carentan is very tough. It's just alleyways and satchel territory everywhere. And you guys took care of the tanks, and the tanks clearly delivered. I agree with you that I don't think I haven't checked the stats. I don't think the tanks were really outgunned, but they were outplayed strategically for sure. The MS tanks.
I mean, and here I come with the controversial question, mostly because of this theme, you know. But what do you guys think when MS was called the anti-ESPT clan? You know, because at the end of the day, ESPT is a team that been playing for a while as a whole. You know, you've been improving together as a clan. You know, even I got a few words from the Orga back then saying, I have no teams willing to compete in Div 1 because MS signed in. Not even ESPT, EMS. But then we see that MS, it's this clan who has which has players from different teams, different playstyles. So I believe they did not reach their potential to be that anti-SPT clan because they need time, actually. I don't know if you agree with me, Stone, here, but I think the main reason MS did not reach that whole potential is because you need time to know how to play with each other. You know, it's a whole teamwork. You have to learn how to play with the others, how do the other things, how to move, and all that. I don't know if you agree with me, Stoner. I don't know, guys, if you agree with me, ESPT guys.
Yeah, I think MS is still obviously we're still I guess relatively new as like a full 49s team. Obviously we had a partnership with Syndicate for the last seasonal, which ended midway through, which I know everyone thought was a ruse to make ESP team believing that all the MS players were signed off and we were going to surprise them in the game. But the MS team, yeah, it's sort of, 49s has been the last sort of 3 months, and I guess we're still getting to grips with what works. But I guess from our perspective, obviously maps like Carentan, ESPT play really, really well. I think we just probably overestimated how well we could play on that map as well. I don't think I want to obviously use the excuse of ESPT. It's a map difference, but I think some aspects it is, but in the sense that ESPT just are much better on this map than MSR. So hopefully, when we play our next game, maybe we can land on a different map, which is able to showcase, how good MS actually are.
I know it is that you say next game, so I was genuinely wondering whether MS would survive this. I noticed as well you had a lot of mercs today. Are you guys playing for the next HCN seasonals?
We are planning on playing HCN seasonal. Obviously, when we broke from Sin, we had about 25 active MS players, and then it's mainly a lot of the ex Goth guys who are in Sin. So we do, we have the players at the moment, but we're still looking for a couple of extra infantry who just can allow for the dropouts, which every team have. But HCN seasonal, we're still planning on playing. There's no looks to be disbanding. Hopefully,
That's good. That's good. That's good because it circles back to your initial question. I mean, XD was pretty good when we faced them because when they first started playing against us, I remember the HCA match as well as the scrim. They came in macro prepared, like the MG positioning, the Belden gates, the tanks in the yellow alley. That was a first for us as ESPD. Like you get to a point where MS against ESPD shooters are going to be good. They're going to trade. That's not going to be the main difference. It's going to be all about macro and like just squad leaders. The skill of your squad leaders is something that lower divisions tend to overlook a little bit. But ESPD has insanely good squad leaders in the main divisions. We have Rupert in CD1. We have the legend Shaka Zulu in Flex. We had Excel, but now Excel's being replaced in CD2 by Clownface, among others, who's been there forever. So SLs are the guys that are dictating the pace, where how the map is being played, the layout, and what's going on. So the difference is not in the skills per se, but like you need to have that base of good squad leaders in order to get you good infantry players to shoot. And of course, one last thing, nobody gives a shit if you drop 100 kills in pubs. You can do it in comp. People know who's a good shooter and who's not a good shooter. But if you play to pad your stats and just to show off how good you are at shooting, you're definitely not playing a comp game to its maximum extent. I decided myself to go on probe because I'm pretty decent at putting OPs just slightly out of like the cap section and whatnot and just fighting back and getting guys on my OPs. But if I play probe, I'm gonna get 40 kills as I did today. I'm not gonna get 80 kills. But in ESP, we don't give a shit. People know about my skills. I know about other skills. I'd rather let like top end dogs do it in other cities. But this is something also overlook. You're gonna get those guys in Division 2, Division 3 that are all about the KDR, but holding angles, and Stoner said it earlier, the Greyhounds are gonna hold angles and get a lot of kills. They're pretty good. But it's a joke. The camp owns are a joke to a certain extent. They need to move more and play more as a team. We don't care about how many kills you get. If you outfrag a team and you keep losing, you need to reconsider how you play your game.
Agreed. Agreed. So, final question from me, because I don't think there is much more to discuss unless someone else have a question. But MS is Gas and Friends or MS is Machine Soldiers as a whole? Stoner.
Machine. Sorry, repeat the question.
MS is Gas and Friends or is Machine Soldiers?
It is. Well, they're one in the same. So it was, obviously, initially it was Gas and Friends who post XD decided they wanted to continue to play comp, but then just the idea of MS was we would be a Merc team, so teams who are struggling to roster players, which we all know what the comp scene's like at the moment. There's always a few teams who are struggling. So we wanted to play on these sort of lower divisions, help some teams out, still play the game, but have it as a bit of bit more for fun rather than getting too tied up in doing strats and rosters and all the issues that come along with that. We just wanted to have some fun, take a step back, have a squad or two and just sort of turn up and play. But then as it sort of got to...
Hell or Lose always drags you in.
It always does, yeah. So we had our initial, I think it was HCA, I think it was with TL. And then TL folded and we were looking for a new team, and that's when we came across Sin. And I think it's the first couple of games that we played with Sin, we realized that we actually could be a very good team. I think Sin MS, I don't actually think we lost a game that we played together. And I think it kind of, after the Zoo game where it was a 4-1, and obviously at the time Zoo was still relatively new, but there was meant to be a very good team. And I think at that stage, it's sort of the question posed to, do we just want to continue working, or do we want to become machine soldiers, a full competitive team? And then we
I see.
parted from Sin, and then the decision was, well, we can still merc, or we can actually try and build on this team, and that's the decision that we went down. But yeah, to answer, MS Cohen, Gas and Co, and Machine Soldiers, they are one and the same.
Well, that's all for me. I have no more questions. I don't know if you, ULFBERHT, or between you guys have questions.
Well, I'm just glad MS is still around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very fun to play MS and Greyhounds and WTH, and I feel like everyone else is kind of at a step below. But with time, hopefully, we can get more teams involved.
Yeah, maybe Omen
in
at
the
some point will
conversation.
get there.
Omen,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think I'm in a
Yeah.
pretty good up-and-coming team at the moment. They've got a lot of really good players. I think, yeah, I think they could be a team to watch for sure.
They kicked their ass in the skirmish cup, I'll assure you that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
same
really
with
should.
WTH, actually. They got robbed.
Yeah.
They got robbed.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
next time, take it easy on us, all right? Take it easier. We'll do train station into derailed next time. Let's not do ruins again.
Yeah, agreed.
We'll see how that one plays out. Hopefully not another 4-1.
Well, guys, thanks for joining me here in this brief interview with you. Here they are confirming this was the D1 finale, so congratulations, ESPT.
Mhm.
Well,
Thanks
thanks.
for having me.
And
Thanks for having me.
hope you keep winning. I don't know what is to say, to be honest. You won everything already. You should try to participate on the ECL. Keep insisting. That's I
We
think that's the
tried.
only thing you need right now. Or
I think
Well, we
something
tried.
else.
They were
We
just not
constantly
accepted.
do. Yeah.
Just need to register as the EU team, and then maybe they'll let you.
Let's be honest. Whether it was merged or just playing ECL, we had the no-go. Unfortunately.
I see.
Well, you can't win everything, can you? So
True that.
Well, boys,
Well,
thanks
we
for
were
coming.
saying that in the cast.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Thank you.
They're keeping
Wh-
everyone honest.
Yeah, everything needs to keep honest. Yeah. Well, I think everything has been said already. So in that case, thanks for coming, guys. You're free to
Thank you
go.
very
I'm
much.
not holding you
Yeah.
anymore. Go celebrate the SPT, or I don't know, go do something if you're gonna do something.
Go to
sleep.
bed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to
Have a
sleep
drink.
and
Already.
cry myself to sleep. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a different
Thank
time
you.
zone, that's why.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for
all.
your time. Have fun, boys. Bye bye.
Thanks.
See you guys. Thanks. Well, that was all.
Buenísimo.
Yes, sí, seguimos en inglés un poquito más. That was this quite short 40 minutes interview. So we are closing this here. So thanks for watching. If you're going to watch this as a YouTube video, mostly because, yeah, no, I couldn't stream this because OBS said, no, not going to connect to Twitch. So, okay. I think it was quite a good game. I think this is going to help MS get better for the HCA coming here. Maybe the next APL season 2. So I don't know, Ulfer, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the interview revealed and confirmed some of our hot takes earlier at the end of the game. Yeah, I hope MS stays solid, strengthens as a team, and maybe they fulfill their destiny of dethroning in one of these tournaments the final boss that is ESPT right now.
I don't know if I muted my mic or not. Well, that's all. Thanks for joining me here, and see you soon.
Bye bye.